Mahlenga Secondary School and the Refano Primary School in Bronkhorstspruit this morning. 18 learners, 4 from Mahlenga Secondary and 14 from Refano Primary, as well as 2 other adults, lost their lives when a minibus taxi collided with a truck on Friday. Our SABC reporter Offense Sitimo is at Refano Primary School this morning and he joins us now. Offense, it's a very, very good morning to you. I cannot even begin to imagine how the mood is at the primary school, because that is where 14 lives were lost.
Yes, thanks, Palesa. The mood is actually very somber here. You know, even the officials from both Mpumalanga and Gauteng and the National Basic Education Department are actually at pains to actually explain to the fellow learners here at Refano Primary School that some of their fellow learners will actually not be coming to school anymore following the fatal crash that happened on the R25 in Verena. So yes, there's a hive of activity. Earlier on, we were at Mahlenga Secondary School, where some of the learners were also briefed. There were also some health nurses there who were actually there on standby to assist those that might be overwhelmed with emotions. There's also counselors here who are actually going to offer counseling to some of the learners, especially those that were close to the learners that perished on Friday. As you can imagine, at this particular primary school, 14 learners actually passed away, so the mood is definitely not a good one.
Yeah, and often yesterday we saw a media release from the Department of Basic Education indicating that Minister Angie Motshekga, accompanied by the MEC of Education in Gauteng, Panyaza Lesufi, will also be visiting the schools as well as the families of the affected.
Yes, the delegation has been led by the Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga, who also tried to console some of the learners, saying that we all know that we're going to die. All we should do is to pray to God that He may accept our souls the moment we perish. So it was all about trying to console the learners and trying to tell them that it's not the end of the world, and only in time they will get to heal.
Now, what is government doing, if you've been able to talk to the minister or the MEC of Education? What are they doing to, assist where assistance is needed?
Well, they're saying that some of the poor families will be assisted financially in the arrangements of the funerals of the deceased, and the injured learners will also receive assistance in terms of their medical bills. You can imagine some of them might be going to hospital in and out now following the crash, and even afterwards they will also cover their medical bills if there should be some recurring injuries following the crash. So it's psychological support from the counselors and support for the injured learners, and financial support for the bereaved families to assist with the funeral, and some other support as well.
Yeah,
and they've definitely told the parents that, okay?
All right. Now, I was saying that talking about the bereaved families, we know that only one of the 20 victims of the crash has been identified. This is quite a difficult process, I would want to imagine, for the families as well.
Yes, actually, the identification of the bodies that were charred beyond recognition is expected to start today, as the samples will be sent for testing. It's expected to last for 5 days, which actually has delayed some of the funeral arrangements. We heard from the MEC of Education from Gauteng yesterday saying that funeral arrangements will only be made at the completion of the DNA testing, which makes sense, as they want to avoid a situation where families would be burying the wrong member of the family.
All right, Offense, we'll leave it at that, but thank you so much for talking to us. All right. That's our report.